How are you doing? Thank you. Sit up in your chair, shake your body out. You're good. Do the bangra. Okay, good. So, how are you doing? First of all, I'm honored and excited to be here today. For one reason, there's one question that I've asked myself that I think we've all asked ourselves in our entire life, which is, what do you want to be when you're older? Who's asked that question? Obin asked that question. Okay, everyone here. The problem I have with that question is, isn't it heavy? Like, doesn't it feel like it's work? When my dad, when I was a young kid, my dad looked at me and said, Anand, you can be anything you want. Anything. Lawyer, doctor. Which one do you want? Right? It's a lot of pressure. But the great thing is this, what if, I'm asking a question, what if we could make what we love doing, figuring out what we want to do in our life, figuring out how to do it, what if we could make that fun? What if we could make that play? And I'm talking to kids, I'm talking to adults who are just retired kids, I'm asking you the question. How would that be if it was fun? How would it feel? Awesome. Okay. Thank you, Auntie. Okay. And the great thing about this is that's my mission. My mission is to use the power of play. The LOL method is about using the power of play to empower children of all ages to become confident, compassionate, and successful leaders. And whether I've worked with Fortune 500 executives or I've worked with 40,000 kids from 30 countries, one thing I've found, and that is if we approach what we want to do from a place of play, from a place of fun, anything's possible. We're more creative, we're more innovative, and truly anything is possible. But I had a beautiful reminder of this recently. I did a workshop here in India, in Mumbai, at Dariwala Orphanage for Muslim girls. And I go in the room, and these girls are looking at me like, who's this guy with the big nose and crazy accent? Who is this weird guy? And I start high-fiving them, and they're stepping back like this. I do some games with them, I open them up, and then we play a game called I Am a Geek, where they get to share why they're special, why they're unique. And I'll never forget one little girl. She stood up. She stood up and she said, I am special. I am a geek because I truly believe from my heart that the impossible just means I am possible. And I thought, what a beautiful reminder. I've heard that before. Haven't you heard that before? But isn't there a difference between knowing what to do and doing what you know? How many of us live it? Truly live that space. But what gets in the way? I believe it's a desire to be perfect. How many people here want to be the perfect son, the perfect daughter, the perfect student, the perfect friend on Facebook? Right? We all want to be perfect. But we're letting other people fill our mind with their voices instead of listening to our voice. The part of ourselves that I call geeky. Our geeky side. And what do I mean? I mean the part of ourselves that's quirky, that's unique, that's different. For example, I'm going to share right now with you why I am a geek. And I ask you one favor. As I'm sharing it, please clap and cheer like crazy. Is that cool? Yes. Is that cool? Yes. Okay, I'll go. I am a geek. I am a geek because I have a big nose. In fact, my nose is so big, I wear breathing strips to go to bed at night. And the one that fits 70% of noses does not fit my nose. I'm a geek because I'm 35 years old, but I listen to Justin Bieber to pump me up. Thank you. So I say this to you, why? Because if you come from that playful, creative place, I believe you can find your geeky gift. And I believe all of us here have skills, but we all have one geeky gift. What do I mean by that? I mean it's the thing we do that we love to do, that lights us up, that when we're doing it, time stands still. Let me tell you about a friend of mine. He was 12 years old. This person lived in a trailer. His father was a janitor. He would go to bed at night wearing tap shoes. in case his mother and father needed cheering up in the middle of the night. He would sit in the cafeteria and do these funny, goofy faces and talk in all different voices. Would you hang out with him in the cafeteria? Someone's like, no, right? Not cool. Let me tell you something. I think you know this guy because I think you've seen his movie. He makes $20 million a movie. I'm sure you've all heard of a guy called Jim Carrey. We have another person who loves to sing. This girl, she loves to sing. Who here loves to sing? Or loves music? Okay, this girl loved music. It was her passion. She goes to a choir teacher. She says, please, I'd like to audition for the choir. The teacher says, no, you can't. You know why? Because you sing like a goat. Can you imagine that? Sharing your passion, what you love with your teacher and saying you sing like a goat? Well, the good thing is this goat didn't stop there. She went on. She embraced her geekness, her goatness. Right? And she sang from her heart. And I bet you something here. All of you, 80% of this room has this goat's music on your iPod. I'm sure you've all heard of Shakira. Waka Waka. Third person. This person was 12 years old. This person went to a boarding school where they were beaten up on a day-to-day basis, physically and mentally, where they were told they were stupid, where they were put in the lowest English class and told by their English teacher, don't speak the English language, go back to whatever you speak. Will this person have a lot of opportunities? Will they be confident? Well, I think you know that person because you're looking at him. That person was me. The story doesn't end there. With the grace of God, I went to Georgetown University, where I graduated with a double degree in history and English, a double minor in psychology and theater, and voted one of the 15 most prominent students at Georgetown. I say that not to impress you, but to impress upon you. So why are you a geek? Anyone right now, just shout out, put your hand up. Why are you a geek? What is special? What is unique about you? What do you do when no one's around? What lights you up? Anyone? iPod. You talk. Perfect. He talks. Who else here talks? Okay, good. Anyone else? Why are you geek? Yes? You write poetry. Do me a favor. From now on, don't say I try and write it. Just write it. Give him a big round of applause. And next time you write a poem, ask yourself, what would the geek write? And let me ask you the great thing. So that's the geeky part of ourselves, but I believe all of us have a geeky gift. So let me ask you right now, what is the one thing that each of you love, that lights you up, that when you're doing it, literally, time just stands still? What is that geeky gift? What is it for you? Think about it. And let me ask you a question. What stops you from doing it every day? What stops you from taking action? One simple thing that I believe. Standards. Making this a must for your life, not a should. So I'm going to tell you right now, I have a standard. I call it a yes and standard. What's it called? Oh, come on, one time. What's it called? Yes. It's very simple. What it really is, I believe there's two people in the world. Yes and people and no but people. How many people here know a no but person who when you ask them to do something, they're like, no but no but. You're like, let's go to a movie. They're like, no, but it's in Andheri. I live in Juhu, it's too far. I'll just wait till it's out 3 months later so I can download it for free. How many people here know yes and people? Who are like, let's see the new Tintin movie. They're like, yes, let's see, and then we'll see it again in 2D. And then play pool. So think about right now in your life, who are yes and people? Who are yes and people? Now think of who are no but people. Someone's laughing. No but people. Okay. Now, here's what I want you to do. When you leave here tonight, I want you to go home. I want you to go to your computer. I want you to turn it on. I want you to go to Facebook, and I want you to delete anyone who's a no but person. And if you can't delete them from your life, I've got a strategy. You can take their no-butness and you can turn it to yes-andness. How do you do that? With such a belief in yes-and. So someone tells you, you know what, you can't be a comedian, you're not funny. You just say, yes, thank you. I'm hysterical. And I love to make people laugh. Thank you very much. You turn that instantly. And let me tell you something. Can you be a yes-and person? Can you yes-and people in your life? Have yes-and people around you, but no but yourself? Can you? Who here hears a little voice in their head, a little critic voice that says, no, you can't do this. No, you don't have the money. No, because you're this, you're too this, you got a big nose, this, that. Who hears that voice? It's a voice in their head. It sounds like an auntie who's got sucked a helium balloon. Who hears that voice? Okay, good. Well, I experienced that voice. I was, years ago, I write for TV shows. I wrote for a couple shows like The Simpsons, goodness gracious me. I write TV shows, I write films, and I was writing a movie. Woke up in the middle of the night for an idea for a movie. This would be a great movie. I wrote it down. The movie was about, an animated movie, about a fish who gets separated from his father, and he's swimming in the ocean, and the father's chasing after him, and midway in this journey, the father fights a shark. I thought, what a great movie. And I wrote the whole thing down, literally in one night. And guess what I did? I was so proud. Guess what I did? Nothing. And then a movie came out called Finding Nemo that made hundreds of millions of dollars. But I tell you why, it taught me a great lesson about the power of yes-anding yourself. And years later, I was doing a workshop for abused and abandoned boys in New York. And I'm there, and I'm doing this workshop, and I go in the room, and the guy says to me, get out of here, we don't need you. I said, okay. So I looked in the room, I did this workshop, and in the middle of the workshop, kids are sitting down, no one's looking at me, no one's making eye contact, and I've worked with 40,000 kids, and I've never had an experience where I've ever felt I will lose my audience. And here I felt I could lose them. So I gathered people around my team, the teacher, and I said, you know what, maybe we should give this up. Maybe we shouldn't do this today. Maybe we should quit. Maybe today's not the day. And then I said to myself, you know what, forget this. Yes, and. Yes, and. Yes, and. Yes, and. And I went back in the room, and I saw them, and I gathered everyone around. I took off my headset, I threw it on the ground. And I said, listen, you can leave the room right now, no disrespect. But the question is, when you leave this room, will you disrespect yourself? Is there one tool, one strategy that could help you or someone you care about? Out of those 200 people, 3 left. 197 stayed. At the end of the workshop, this kid comes up to me, and we've changed these kids, and they're having fun, they're opening up. This one kid comes up to me, his name's Quinn. And he gives me this big hug. And this is a guy who didn't even say a word in the workshop. And he says, thank you so much. I said, why? He said, just thank you so much, because this was great. And he goes, I've got a gift for you. And he goes into his bag, and he pulls out a sculpture, a wooden sculpture, and he gives it to me. I said, wow, thank you so much. And I go to his teacher, I said, listen, he gave me this. She said, he gave you that? Wow. He's been working on that for the last 9 months to give to his father. I said, well, I go back to him, I said, Quinn, you keep it. He goes, no, you keep it, because you taught me something even better. You taught me how to yes and myself. He goes, after this, I'm going to pick up the phone, I'm going to call my father and tell him I love him, that I forgive him. He goes, I'm going to be a better role model for other kids. I'm going to take action today. So I say this to you, why? How many of you hear that voice in your head? Put your hand up again. How many of you here have a friend that talks a lot of rubbish? A lot of bakwas. From now on, I want you to imagine that voice in your head as a friend who loves you, who cares about you, but talks bakwas. And you just say, you know what? The geek knows the truth. So everyone repeat after me. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Yes, and. 1, 2, 3. Yes, and. 1, 2. Yes, and. Yes, and. Yes, and. Yes. Okay, good. So I tell you this why, because knowledge is not power. Action is power. Action is power. And I experienced that when I worked at a religious conference where I was thrown in a room with Palestinian and Israeli kids. This is the first time I've ever been in this situation. And a girl says to me, I see my sister die as 500 bullets hit the family car. You want me to laugh? No, thank you. The guy says, I've seen more pain than you can imagine. So I said, if I don't make you laugh in the next 60 seconds from your soul, I'll give you each $100. This is when the dollar was actually worth something. And look at my pocket, I have no money. I see a CD player, it's Black Eyed Peas, let's get it started. I press play, and I just start dancing. And despite being Indian, I have no moves. I'm the most rhythmically challenged Indian you know. I'm Indian Mr. Bean. At weddings, I dance with aunties. So I'm doing this. 2 hours later, we could get Christians, Muslims, and Jews completely connected. The girl says, how can I help? How can I spread this? I said, here's what we do. The guy says, from now on, don't ever email us individually. You email us as a group, because we're one. And to this day, I've started my mission through my geeky gift, which is spreading the LOL method. We've worked with 40,000 kids around the world. My goal the next year is to take our method of using play to empower leaders into 6,000 schools in India. Because this is what every day I'm on this planet, I'm not working with kids, is a day I'm wasting on this planet. And it's not about me, it's about the kids, it's about the youth. All our leaders, we're training them. Our youngest leader of laughter is 5 years old. 5-year-old girl who goes with her mother to schools to help other kids. So I say to you why, because to close it, let me tell you this. It's very simple. The problem I have with what you want to be when you're older is simple. It's what you want to be. Why not just be it? If you want to be a cricketer, be it. You want to be a doctor, be it. Lawyer, artist, whatever it is, be it. Because I truly believe, I don't believe this whole thing about youth are the leaders of tomorrow, youth are the leaders. I just work with the kids in London, there, with the youth in the riots, and we turn them around. I don't believe those are the leaders of tomorrow. I believe if we turn them around, we can create the leaders of today, and that's what you are. So I invite you to tap into your geeky gift, to tap into your part of yourself that has something to offer, to yes and it every day. Think of 3 things you can do when you leave here today, 3 actions you can take. What can you do today to help your geeky gift go to another level? If you do that, I truly believe for you, the impossible will always be possible. Thank you. Anand Chulani.